and our military-industrial complex. Now, I'm sure all of you have heard about the military-industrial complex. It's nothing new, so I'm not going to go into what a military-industrial complex is. Quite simply, as we'll see in this chart, the people at the top that propagate war make money off of war. Not only do they make money off of the destruction of war, but they make money off of the rebuilding of the nations and city-states involved in the war. And so chapter 3 of Gerontocracy Erodes the Youth is the concept of forever wars. So this is a chart of the U.S. military budget, and it is separated by Democrat, Republican, and it is the budget from 1997 to 2027. So through Clinton, Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden, and Trump again. And as you can see, the military budget has just been going up and up and up. That M1 money supply chart that we looked at earlier is essentially this. We saw during the War on Terror, starting in 2001, the 2000s, absolutely balloon the U.S. military budget to heights that we've never seen before, which obviously led to the great financial crisis in 2008, where, as you can see, our military budget went down a little bit. We did come out of some conflicts during the Obama years, but not really, because he was the drone war president, and I don't know how many civilians that Obama killed with drones, but don't think that Obama was a peacetime president. We were still doing American empire things and killing civilians under Obama. So slight downtick. We uptick again during the Trump years, and then quite recently, which I think is just an absolute it should really call for the removal of this regime, is the proposed $1.5 trillion budget. It's a 50% increase than what it is now. Right now we're spending about $1 trillion a year on our military budget. That is way more than all of our allies combined, so that's great. $1.5 trillion. And so we'll come down a little bit. So this is our U.S. military budget. I have it titled Money Laundering Scheme. We're going to get into this for a second. So just keep that in mind. We go down here. We see, okay, so this is off of this $1 trillion a year military budget that we're seeing. The United States spends more in defense than the next 9 countries combined. Okay, so if you want to say that China and Russia are the enemies of the United States, I would argue that China and the United States are very interdependent on each other, and it's a false dialectic to think that they are enemies. It's all theater. China and the U.S. are very interdependent on each other, and I don't think China and the U.S. would actually go to straight up war. I think they would continue to do war through proxies like Venezuela, Iran, and so on. Even if you take the premise that China and Russia are enemies of the United States, let's just take that premise. All of these other countries are your allies. India, Saudi Arabia, United Kingdom, Germany, Ukraine, France, Japan. And so right here is about, I would say, a little bit, that's maybe about the halfway mark. It's a little bit over half. So you're essentially telling me you're spending $1 trillion on your military every year, and that's more money combined than the next 9 countries, and 7 of those countries are your allies, but you need to spend that much money, and you're asking for more money to send and to spend in Iran. It's almost like the people at the top who send our soldiers to war make money from military spending. And how is military spending justified? You have to constantly be in war. If the United States wasn't in war, then the economy would collapse. We are completely dependent on our military industrial complex. It's one of the pillars of the U.S. economy, like the Wall Street finance pillar and then the new tech pillar. All pillars that are pretty much Ponzi schemes. And I don't know how much any of those pillars actually give value to regular citizens. We know they give values to the shareholders and the executives of these military companies and these contractor companies. But does all this spending provide value for the citizens? Do we have free healthcare? Do we have free college? Do we have free daycare? No, we don't have any of those things. But they have money to spend on war. And they have more money to spend on the military than 7 of our closest allies combined.